Have you ever imagined what it's like to have your reality denied in public? Not just questioned, denied it, as if the truth you're living, that you're feeling, that's literally growing inside your body, were a made-up lie. As if you were crazy, manipulative, desperate, and the worst part, as if everyone around you agreed with this version without ever asking yours. Lily Chen is in line at the supermarket on a typical Tuesday. Her cart is filled with essentials: milk, bread, fruit, and prenatal vitamins recommended by her doctor. She is 5 months pregnant. Her belly is impossible to hide now, round and firm under the simple maternity dress she bought on sale because money has been tight since everything fell apart. She's waiting her turn at the checkout, mentally calculating if she has enough in her account, when she hears the voice behind her. It's not a discreet whisper. It's that kind of deliberate whisper, loud enough to be heard, quiet enough to pretend it wasn't intentional. Pathetic. Inventing a pregnancy to trap a man. Lily freezes. She feels the blood drain from her face. She feels every pair of eyes in the line turning, not to the woman who spoke, to her, to judge her, to mentally confirm what they just heard. The woman behind her, Lily vaguely recognizes her. Something about being the aunt of someone who went to school with Tyler, continues, now at a completely normal volume. My niece told me everything. Tyler said she stopped taking birth control without telling him, that she set him up. And now she's parading around with that belly like she's the victim. Lily should turn around. She should defend herself. She should say that none of this is true, that the pill failed, that Tyler is lying, that Shinosh didn't invent anything. But the words won't come, because she's already tried to explain. She's already tried to defend her version, and nobody, absolutely nobody believed her. So she just stands there, her back to the prosecution, feeling the weight of dozens of stares, judging, deciding, condemning, the Kashiran older woman. Lily knows from the library, looks at her with something that might be pity or veiled contempt. It's hard to tell. Is that all, dear? She asks, but her tone is cold. Lily nods. She doesn't trust her own voice. Have you ever been through this? Ever felt like the whole world decided who you are, without ever asking your side of the story? Stick with me until the end, because this story goes in unexpected places. Lily pays. She picks up the bags with hands trembling slightly. And when she turns to leave, she has to pass the woman who accused her. The woman doesn't move, doesn't make it easy, forces Lily to squeeze between herself and the magazine rack, her stomach rubbing uncomfortably. Excuse me, Lily murmurs. The woman snorts. Of course, always polite, always the victim, and Lily leaves. She crosses the parking lot with quick steps, trying not to run, trying not to show how much it hurt. She gets into the car, locks the doors, and finally allows the tears to come. Because this is nothing new. It's not the first time. It's not worse than what has happened before, but it's the last straw. It's that moment when you realize, no matter what you do, no matter how much truth you carry, no matter what physical evidence you have, literally growing inside you, the narrative has already been decided. You've lost. Tyler Breslin told his side of the story first. And in a small town like Riverside, where his family is wealthy and influential, where he's popular and charming and everyone has known him since childhood, his version became the official truth. The only truth that matters. And what about Lily's version? The quiet woman, the librarian no one really knows, the person who was always invisible until it was convenient for Tyler. That version doesn't matter. It never mattered. Lily drives home, her vision blurred by tears, her stomach tightening with stress, and something breaking inside her that had been cracking for months. She's tired. So incredibly tired of fighting against a tide that never recedes. And what she doesn't know, what she can't know while driving through the familiar streets of this city that has become a prison, is that someone was in the supermarket. Someone saw. Someone who has the power to do more than just look and judge. Someone who is about to decide that complicit silence is no longer an acceptable option. Because sometimes, all a broken person, Needs isn't an audience that finally believes. It's a single voice that refuses to stay silent when everyone else has chosen silence. And that voice is about to change everything. Because humiliation has a specific texture. You feel it on your skin. In that heat that rises up your neck when you realize you're being watched. You feel it in your stomach. In that knot that tightens and won't let go, even when you're far from the moment. And you feel it in your chest. In that constant pressure that makes breathing seem like conscious effort instead of a natural reflex. Lily knows this texture intimately now. 5 months. 5 months since it all began. Since the test came back positive. Since she told Tyler, with a mixture of fear and hope, more fear than hope, if she's honest. Since she saw the expression on his face change from surprise to something cold and calculated. "Are you sure?" was the first thing he said. Not, "We're in this together," or "We'll figure out how to handle this." Just doubt, as if her body were unreliable. As if she could be inventing symptoms, tests, physical reality. And when she showed him the test to clear, undeniable lines, he looked at that piece of plastic as if it were evidence of betrayal, not of life. "You said you were taking the pill." "I was. I am. But nothing is 100% effective, Tyler. You know that." Convenient. The word came out like poison. Very convenient. And that's when Lily should have seen it. She should have recognized the pattern. But she was in love, what she believed to be love at the time. She was invested. 3 years of relationship. 3 years of molding herself around his needs, his preferences, his world. So she tried to reassure him. She promised she wasn't trying to trap him. That they would figure it out together. That she wasn't expecting anything he couldn't give. If something like this has ever happened to you, if you've ever found yourself justifying your own existence, your own truth, to someone who should love you, share it in the comments. Because these stories need to be told. They need to be heard. And you are not alone in this pain. Tyler seemed to calm down during that first conversation. He said he needed time to process. Lily gave him time. Days, weeks, and during those weeks, something changed. Tyler started asking strange things. "Are you sure it's mine?" As if she had other partners. As if 3 years of monogamy were being erased for his narrative convenience. "Did you do this on purpose?" Repeatedly. As if his statements could alter her reality. And then Tyler started talking. "2 friends first. Lily says she's pregnant." "Weird, huh? Just when I was thinking about breaking up." A lie. He never mentioned breaking up. But the seed had been planted. His family was close. Our Tyler isn't irresponsible. If there's a pregnancy, he can't be the father. Or she orchestrated the situation. As if Lily were a predator, not a partner. And the small town did what small towns do. It chose a side. The side with money. The side with influence. The popular, charming, and family-friendly side. Lily became the other version. The convenient villain. The desperate woman. The liar. If this part touched you, if you felt the injustice of someone controlling the narrative about your own life, leave a like. Because this engagement shows me that it's worth continuing to tell these stories. That they matter. That to it matters. Lily arrives home a small apartment she's rented on her own ever since. Tyler kindly suggested she should have her own space to think. Euphemism for, "I don't want to be seen with you." She leaves grocery bags in the kitchen. She should put away groceries, especially refrigerated items. But her body won't obey. She just collapses onto the sofa. Her belly moves, baby kicking, a physical reminder that this isn't imagination. It's not manipulation. It's real life growing inside her, depending on her, trusting that she will protect it. And Lily feels the overwhelming weight of this responsibility. How can you protect someone when you yourself are being destroyed? How can you raise a child in an environment where the mother is considered a liar? How can you explain to your son or daughter one day, half the city believed I invented you? That I used you as a weapon? That your existence was manipulation? The phone rings. Lily looks at the screen. It's her mother's number. She hesitates, because her mother doesn't fully believe it. Either she doesn't say it directly, but Lily hears it in the pauses, in the careful questions. Honey, are you sure you're not exaggerating the situation? As if pregnancy were subject to exaggeration. Lily doesn't answer. She doesn't have the energy for another conversation where she has to defend reality. If you want to hear more stories like this, stories about invisible people finding their voice, about injustice being confronted, about protection coming from unexpected places, to the channel, because what comes next will surprise you. She stays there on the sofa as late afternoon turns into night. She doesn't turn on the lights. She just sits in the growing darkness, hand on her belly, feeling life stirring inside her as she wonders, how much longer can I hold out? And then she remembers. She remembers the man in the supermarket. He wasn't in line. He was in a corner, near the coffee section. But she felt his gaze, different from the others. Not judgment, not pity, something more, attentive observation, as if he were really selling, not just looking. Sheriff Connor Hayes. Lily knows him vaguely. He goes to the library occasionally. Always polite, always respectful, but they've never really talked. Just basic exchanges about books and returns. But today, at the supermarket, when a woman made an accusation loud enough to humiliate her, Lily saw the expression on the sheriff's face change. She saw his jaw clench. She saw something that looked like cold anger cross his features. And for a moment, just a fleeting moment, Lily allowed herself to feel something dangerous. The hope that maybe someone would see the truth. That someone would question the narrative. That someone would care enough to ask for her side of the story. But hope is a luxury Lily can no longer afford. Because hope hurts when it's crushed repeatedly. And she's been crushed so many times already that she doesn't know if she can survive another one. So she pushes her thoughts away. She focuses on the present, on the baby, on the need to eat something even without an appetite, to sleep even knowing that nightmares will come, to continue existing even when existence seems like punishment. What Lily doesn't know, what she can't know while sitting alone in the darkness is that Connor Hayes is not a man who forgets what he's seen. He's not a man who witnesses injustice and moves on. And what he saw in the supermarket wasn't just public humiliation. It was something far more dangerous. It was a woman being systematically destroyed while the entire city chose to look the other way. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because to understand how Lily got to this point, sitting alone in the dark, pregnant and rejected, with the entire town questioning her sanity, you need to understand who she was before Tyler, before the pregnancy, before everything fell apart. Lily Chen grew up being small. Not physically, she's of average height, with a common build and an appearance that goes unnoticed in a crowd. But emotionally, psychologically, she learned early on to take up as little space as possible. The only child of Chinese immigrants who arrived in the United States with big dreams and few resources. Lily was raised under a clear philosophy, harmony above all. Don't make waves, don't cause trouble. Don't be the kind of child who draws negative attention. Her parents worked double shifts, her father at the laundromat they opened with an impossible loan, her mother cleaning the homes of wealthy families who never learned their names correctly. They didn't have time for tantrums. They didn't have the energy for teenage drama. They didn't have the emotional space for needs beyond the basics. So Lily learned, if you want to be loved, be easy. If you want to be valued, ask for nothing. If you want to belong, become so small that your absence is never noticed, but your presence is always convenient. She took those lessons to school. She was the child teachers loved because she never caused trouble. The classmate who always lent school supplies but never borrowed anything. The friend who listened to everyone else's problems but never shared her own, not because she didn't have any, but because she learned that her problems were a burden others didn't want to carry. In college, Lily studied library science, a perfect choice for someone who preferred books to people. silence to confrontation, predictable organization to emotional chaos. And when she graduated and got a position at the Riverside Public Library, she thought, finally a place to belong, where being quiet was a virtue, not a deficiency, where invisibility was an asset, not a flaw. 6 years working in the same library. And Lily was good at what she did. Excellent, in fact. She knew the entire collection by heart. She knew exactly which book to recommend to which person. She remembered the names of all the regulars, their literary preferences, even some of their birthdays. People liked her, but nobody really liked her. I knew no one knew that. Lily wrote poetry in the early hours of the morning, when insomnia kept her awake. No one knew that she dreamed of traveling to places she only read about. No one knew that behind the polite and helpful librarian was a woman with deep desires, ambitions, and fears, including Lily herself. Because when you spend your whole life making yourself small, you eventually forget that you once war could have been something greater. And then Tyler Breslin walked into the library one Thursday afternoon. Lily knew him, of course. Everyone in Riverside knew the Breslins. Old family, old money, influence that spanned generations. Tyler was 2 years younger than Lily, but already an associate lawyer at his father's firm. Handsome in the way privileged men often are, confidence that comes from never having truly been rejected. Charm that is part genetic and part intentional practice. He came to return books. Good thrillers, Lily noted. And when she scanned the returns, he said, "Do you have any recommendals?" Same vibe, but maybe less predictable. Lily could have given a generic answer. She could have pointed to the section and let him look for it himself. But books were her territory. The only place where she truly shone. "It depends," she said, surprising herself with a confident tone. "Do you want a morally ambiguous protagonist, or a classic hero? Elaborate plot twists, or slow psychological tension?" Tyler blinked, then he smiled. And something about that smiled, genuine, impressed, made Lily's heart race in a way she hadn't felt in never, maybe. Morally ambiguous. Definitely plot twists. Lily picked up 3 books. She explained why each one would work. And Tyler stood there, listening, really listening, as if her opinion mattered. As if she mattered. "Do you know literature that well?" he asked when she finished. "I read a lot. It's part of the job." "No, I mean, he understands these stories. Layers, nuances." He leaned on the counter. "Most people just consume entertainment. You analyze it, it's impressive. Impressive." No one has ever called Lily impressive. And that's how it started. Tyler came back the following week. Then twice the following week. Always with an excuse, returning a book, asking for a recommendation, researching something for a case. But the conversations would drag on. 15 minutes, half an hour. He asked. About her likes, her childhood, her dreams. And Lily, so used to being invisible, began to feel finally seen. When Tyler invited her to dinner, Lily said yes before fully processing it. And that dinner became the second. Then the third. Then a relationship. At first, it was everything Lily had ever wanted but never believed she deserved. Tyler was thoughtful. He remembered details she casually mentioned. He took her to restaurants she would never have dared to enter alone. Introduced her to friends, family, including her in his world in ways that made her feel finally real, finally worthy. But subtly, so subtly, that Lily barely noticed, things began to change. Tyler started helping with clothing choices. "That dress is pretty, but maybe something more sophisticated. You want to make a good impression at family events, right?" Tyler started suggesting changes to her apartment. "It would be more welcoming if you decorated it like this. Trust me." Tyler began to advise her about her friendships, which were few. "That friend of yours seems kind of negative. Maybe you should spend less time with her." And Lily, programmed since childhood to be easygoing, not to make waves, to value harmony above autonomy, accepted everything. She even gave thanks. Because Tyler was trying to improve her, right? He was investing in her. That was love. It had to be. It took Lily 3 years, 3 full years, to begin to notice the pattern. And even then, the awareness came. Gradually, reluctantly, like waking up from anesthesia. It was the night she mentioned wanting to take an online creative writing course. Something he had always dreamed of, but never had the courage to pursue. Creative writing. Tyler laughed. Not cruelly, but condescendingly. Lily, darling, you already have a job. And honestly, writing isn't exactly your forte. You're better at organizing other people's thoughts than creating your own. The words trailed off, but Tyler spoke with a smile, in a gentle tone. So maybe he was right. Maybe Lily was overestimating her own abilities. She didn't take the course. It was then that her friend from the library, one of the few Lily still had, commented, "You seem different lately. More faded, deleted. I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're becoming a smaller version of yourself." Lily laughed at the time. She said she was just tired, but the comment stuck. It resonated. And then came the pregnancy. Lily hadn't planned it. She was taking the pill religiously. But statistics are statistics. To 91% effectiveness means that 9 out of 100 women get pregnant each year, even with typical use. Lily became a statistic. When the test came back positive, her first thought wasn't panic. It was something strange, unexpected. Finally, something that is completely mine. Rebellious thinking, dangerous, because it implied that everything else in her life wasn't hers. It was built around Tyler, his preferences, his needs. But she pushed that thought away. She focused on the practical. She was going to tell Tyler. They were going to figure it out together. Because serious relationships face challenges together, right? But Tyler didn't see it as a joint challenge. He saw it as a personal betrayal. And in the 5 months since then, Lily has watched Tyler, the man who swore to love her, turn her pregnancy into a weapon against her. She's seen him construct a narrative where she was the villain. She's seen the entire town believe him. Because a charming man from an influential family is always more credible than a quiet woman no one really knows. And the most devastating part of Lily started to believe it too. She started thinking, maybe it's problem, maybe all you have that's what caused it. Perhaps invisibility was where I belonged, and the attempt to be seen to be a mother, to have something of my own, was arrogance that deserves punishment. Gaslighting doesn't happen all at once. It's erosion. Drop by drop, her reality was questioned, redefined, denied, until Lily no longer knows what is truth and what is distorted perception. She sits on the dark sofa now, hand on her belly, feeling the baby kick, and wonders, how did she get here? How did a woman who loved books and dreamed of writing become someone who doubts her own sanity? The answer, she knows deep down, is that she's always been here. She's always been small. Tyler just took advantage of the space she had already created through a lifetime of erasing herself. And now, pregnant and alone and judged by everyone, Lily faces an impossible choice: to remain small and perhaps survive on the margins, or finally, for the first time, to take up space, to demand a voice, to refuse to be erased. But how do you do that when the whole world has already decided that your voice doesn't matter? Comment below. This makes sense to me. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what happens in the days and weeks after Lily tells Tyler about the pregnancy isn't just rejection. It's something far more insidious, far more destructive. It's the systematic rewriting of her reality. It's gaslighting elevated to a team sport, with the entire town voluntarily participating. It all begins with that first conversation. Lily still remembers every detail with painful clarity. Tyler's apartment. The smell of coffee still in the air. The afternoon light streaming through the large window. She mentally rehearsed how to tell him. She practiced a neutral tone. Not too enthusiastic because she didn't know how he would react, but also not apocalyptic. Just factual. Tyler, I need to tell you something. I'm pregnant. She saw his face change. Not dramatically, subtly, like a mask slipping slightly out of place before being readjusted. Are you sure? Not we're pregnant or we'll deal with this together. Just immediate doubt about her ability to understand her own body. I took 3 tests. All of them were positive. Tests can give false positives. Stress can cause that. You've been stressed lately. And there it was, the first seed of doubt. Have you been stressed lately? Implicit. Perhaps you're imagining things. Perhaps your body isn't reliable. Perhaps your perception is distorted. I've scheduled a doctor's appointment. I'll confirm with a blood test on Monday. Tyler was quiet for a long moment. Then, you said you were taking the pill. I am. I'm taking it. So how did this happen? A veiled accusation, as if pregnancy were a crime requiring an explanation. Pills aren't 100% effective. You know that. We talked about it when we started using only the pill as contraception. I always used condoms in the beginning. Too. Always. No start, but we stopped using it over a year ago. You said you trusted me, that you didn't need it. Interesting that you remember exactly when we stopped. His voice went icy. Almost as if you were planning it. And so Tyler planted a second seed. You planned. He transformed a statistically predictable accident into a calculated conspiracy. Lily tried to explain. She tried to reason. But every word she said was twisted, reinterpreted, used as evidence against her. And when she finally left that apartment, she was beginning to doubt. Not the pregnancy's tests confirmed it, but the narrative. Had she given the wrong signals? Had she subconsciously wanted this? Was Tyler right about her manipulating the situation without consciously realizing it? The doctor's appointment confirmed. 8 weeks of gestation, healthy embryo, strong heartbeat. Lily saw it on the ultrasound, a tiny, pulsating bean that was real life, not imagination or manipulation or anything else Tyler had implied. She showed it to him. Ultrasound photo, medical documentation, irrefutable physical proof. Tyler stared at the picture for a long time. Then he said something Lily will never forget. You did this on purpose. You stopped taking the pill without telling me. You trapped me. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. A final decision about the reality he had constructed. Tyler, no. I showed you the empty pill packs. I'm taking proof. What? Prove that you didn't stop intentionally. Prove that this wasn't planned. Prove that you're not taking advantage of me. And there it was. The perfect trap. How do you prove negative? How do you prove that? No, did he do something? Logical impossibility transformed into a reasonable requirement. Lily tried. God. How she tried. She showed records of pill purchases from the past few months. She showed the cycle tracking app she used. She showed old conversations where they discussed not wanting children yet. Every piece of evidence she had. Tyler observed everything with performative skepticism. All of this could be fabricated. Desperate women do desperate things. And then he made his final move. He told his side of the story first. It started with family. Lily wasn't there, but I imagine the conversation. Lily says she's pregnant. I've always been careful. Always. Either she intentionally stopped taking the pill, or it's not even mine. Either way, she's trying to trap me now that she's realized I was thinking about breaking up. Complete lie. Tyler never mentioned breaking up. He never hinted at being unhappy. But his family parents, who always thought Lily wasn't good enough for their son, that a quiet librarian didn't suit an ambitious lawyer, believed him immediately. Tyler's mother called. Cold, polite voice. Lily, dear, Tyler told us about the situation. We understand you're confused, but do you really think this relationship has a future? Tyler has a career to think about, a reputation. Perhaps it would be better for everyone if you handled this discreetly. Deal with it, a euphemism for abortion. As if life growing inside her were a problem to be discreetly eliminated. Mrs. Breslin, I didn't plan this. Of course not, dear. Patronizing tone. But understand our position. We cannot allow our son to be imprisoned for a mistake. Her baby was a mistake. She was a mistake. Tyler's friends were close. Lily began to notice a change in the interactions. People who were once cordial became cold, judgmental stares in restaurants, whispers when she walked by, and then Tyler began to spread a more devastating version. Honestly, I'm not even sure if she's really pregnant. It could all be an act. And if she is, I can't even be sure it's mine. She was never as innocent as she seemed. Poisonous implication. Lily was promiscuous, a liar, manipulative, and this small town Riverside, with its 8,000 souls, where everyone knows everyone, where gossip is the social currency, chose a side. The popular side, the influential side, the easy side. The head librarian called Lily into her office. There have been comments about your personal situation, and while we wouldn't normally get involved, we need to think about the image of the library. Perhaps it would be best if you took a leave of absence until things calm down. Lily was effectively being suspended for being pregnant, for being the victim of cruel gossip. I need to work. I need the money. I understand. But Lily, you have to understand our position. Our position as if the library needed to protect itself from it, as if it were a threat. At the pharmacy, while buying prenatal vitamins recommended by her doctor, the clerk, a woman Lily had known for years, looked at the products with barely disguised disdain. Prenatal vitamins. So, it's true. Yes, I'm pregnant. A wordless sound, but full of judgment. And then, while scanning products, some women really have no shame. Faking a pregnancy to trap a man. Pathetic. Lily felt her face burn. I didn't make it up. Of course not, darling. A tone identical to Tyler's mother's, condescending, disbelieving. A coworker, someone Lily considered a friend, commented during break, her voice loud enough for everyone in the break room to hear. It's amazing how some people think they can manipulate situations, as if no one would notice. Lily pretended not to hear, but she heard every word, every insinuation, every judgment, and her own mother, Margaret Chen, who should defend her daughter unconditionally, called with concern that sounded more like doubt. Lily, darling, are you sure about this? About the pregnancy? About Tyler being the father? Mom, yes, of course, I'm sure. It's just that Tyler comes from a good family, a good guy, and you know how you are sometimes. Sensitive, prone to misinterpreting situations, as if physical reality were subject to interpretation. Mom, I had tests done. I have medical documentation. I know, dear, but maybe you should consider if this is really what you want. If you're ready to be a single mother, if it wouldn't be better to resolve the situation before it gets more complicated. Everyone wanted her to solve it. No one questioned Tyler. No one asked for her real version, really listening. No one said, wait, this story doesn't make sense. Why would she invent something so easily verifiable? Instead, they chose a convenient narrative, one that allowed Tyler, a popular, charming man from an influential family, to remain the victim, and Lily, a quiet woman whom no one really knew, to become the villain. And the worst part, Lily started to believe it. She began to think that maybe they were right. Maybe she was crazy. Maybe she had manipulated the situation without realizing it. Maybe the pregnancy was an elaborate delusion her body created to trap a man who was about to abandon her. Even with her belly growing, even with medical exams, even with irrefutable physical evidence, Lily began to doubt her own sanity. Because gaslighting works like this. It's not just one person telling you that you're crazy. It's the entire system, family, friends, colleagues, city agreeing that your reality isn't real. And eventually, you start to believe them. Because if everyone says you're wrong, how can you be right? Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what Connor Hayes notices that Thursday afternoon in the cafe isn't just casual cruelty. It's pattern. It's system. It's an entire city participating in the psychological destruction of one person, and nobody, absolutely nobody's stopping to ask, does this make sense? Connor sits in the corner of the cafe, his uniform attracting occasional glances but mostly ignored. He likes this cafe, not for the quality of the coffee, which is mediocre at best, but because it's the perfect vantage point. A large window overlooking the main street, a position that allows him to see who comes and goes. And in a small town like Riverside, observation is a crucial part of the job. He sees Lily enter. He recognizes her immediately, not just because he vaguely knows her from the library, but because there's something about the way she moves. Cautious, as if she expects an attack at any moment, as if she's trying to occupy as little physical space as possible. She's visibly pregnant. Connor has worked long enough in law enforcement to estimate pregnancy's training comes from years responding to domestic calls, violence cases, situations where pregnancy is a significant factor. 5 months, he thinks. Maybe the beginning of the 6th. A round, prominent belly that can't be hidden, can't be faked. Lily goes to the counter. The server is young. Connor knows her too. Someone's niece, just returned from college, working at her father's cafe while figuring out what to do with her life. Her name is Emma, he thinks. Tea, please, Lily says, her voice low, always low. Connor noticed this in the few interactions they'd had. Lily speaks as if apologizing for making a sound. Emma looks at her, and Connor really sees the expression change. From neutral professional to something cold, judgmental, decaffeinated tea, right? Since she's pregnant. The quotation marks are audible, emphasized. Cruelty packaged as customer service. Connor feels a tightening in his chest. He's seen this before, this human ability to inflict pain through tone, through implication, while maintaining technically polite language. Lily doesn't answer. She doesn't defend herself. She just nods, as if verbal confirmation were too risky. Emma prepares tea, with movements that seem deliberately slow, forcing Lily to wait, to be seen, to be judged by everyone in the cafe. Connor watches Lily's hands, trembling slightly as she reaches for her wallet. He sees how she avoids eye contact with everyone. He notices her posture, shoulders hunched, head down, her whole body trying to make herself smaller, despite the belly that makes invisibility impossible. Emma delivers tea. $4.50. Lily pays. She gets her change. And then, moving quickly but not running because running would draw attention, she leaves the cafe. But not before Connor saw, tears glistening in her eyes, held back, not allowed to fall, but there they were. He sits for a moment, processing. Then he gets up. He walks to the counter where Emma is cleaning the coffee machine with unnecessary attention. Emma, she looks up. She smiles automatically when she sees the uniform. Sheriff Hayes? More coffee? No. I want to ask you something. Why did you say it like that? The smile falters. Way. In quotation marks. Pregnant. As if Lily were lying. Emma blinks. She looks around, perhaps checking if other customers are listening. Well, everyone knows, right? She faked the pregnancy to trap Tyler Breslin. He said she's clearly pregnant. Connor keeps his voice calm, professional, but there's steel underneath. 5 months, at least. Do you honestly think she's faking it? Silence. Emma looks away. No, I mean, she's pregnant. But Tyler said it's not his. That she stopped taking the pill on purpose. That she's trying to trap him. Tyler said that. Try, and you believe him, automatically, without questioning. Well, Tyler wouldn't lie about something like that. His family is respected. And Lily, she's quiet, strange. The kind of person who would do something desperate. Connor feels anger that cold. Controlled anger that is far more dangerous than a heated outburst. So, because Lily is quiet, she's automatically a liar and manipulative. And because Tyler is popular and from a wealthy family. He's automatically honest and a victim. Is that it? Emma blushes. That's exactly how it sounds. Connor leans in slightly. Have you talked to Lily? Asked her side of the story? Or have you just accepted gossip as truth? It's not gossip, Tyler told his friends. And they told gossip, Connor repeats. One person's version, filtered through several others, accepted as fact without verification, and you used that gossip to humiliate a pregnant woman in public. Congratulations. He turns to leave. Emma calls out, Sheriff, I mean, if that's wrong, Dante's wrong, and wrong. Connor glances at her over his shoulder, and Emma, if I hear you or anyone else in this establishment treating customers with such disrespect again, there's going to be trouble. Understood. She nods. Pale now. Connor leaves the cafe. He stands on the sidewalk for a moment, looking in the direction Lily went. He doesn't see her anymore. She probably ran to her car, home, anywhere she could hide from judgmental eyes. And something about a woman being hunted in her own city, about collective cruelty disguised as moral concern, triggers something in Connor that he's tried to keep buried, because Connor knows Tyler Breslin very well. 3 years ago, Tyler drove drunk. He crashed into a mailbox. Connor answered the call. Tyler was clearly intoxicated, slurred speech, red eyes, smell of alcohol. Breathalyzer tests confirmed it. 0.12, well above the legal limit. Connor made the arrest. He followed protocol. He filled out the report. 2 weeks later, the charges were dropped. Insufficient evidence, they said. But Connor knew the truth. Tyler's father, an influential lawyer, made the right connections, pressured the right people, and the case simply disappeared. 6 months later, it happened again. Tyler was driving drunk. This time, he almost ran over a pedestrian. Connor arrested him. Again and again, the charges were dropped. For the third time, Connor didn't even bother with a formal arrest. He simply took Tyler home, knowing it wouldn't do any good. The system was broken. Or more precisely, the system worked perfectly for people like Tyler. For people with money, influence, connections. And now Tyler is using the same tools, manipulation, influence, narrative control against Lily. But instead of the legal system, he has mobilized public opinion, and he's winning. Connor returns to the police station. He sits at his desk. He looks at the computer. He could ignore this. It's not a police case. There's no technical crime happening. Tyler didn't physically threaten Lily. He didn't assault her. He just destroyed her reputation, made the whole city doubt her sanity. So what? That's not illegal. But Connor can't let it go, because he saw Lily's eyes. He saw trembling hands. He saw the posture of someone being psychologically destroyed in real time. He opens files. He starts researching. Unofficially, just out of curiosity, just observation. Medical records are private, of course, but public records are not. And Connor finds them. Tyler's birth certificate, school records, family property records, political connections, donations to local campaigns. The Breslin family is interwoven into the fabric of Riverside in ways Connor didn't even fully grasp. They own buildings, they employ people, they fund community events. They are, for all practical purposes, local royalty, and Lily. Connor is looking for her too. He finds a library employee file. Rental records showing a modest apartment. Nothing more. No connections, no influence, no power. It's an unequal fight even before it begins. Connor closes files. He rubs his face. He should let it go. He should focus on real cases, real crimes, real threats. But then, he remembers something. His mentor, the former sheriff who trained Connors, said years ago, "Your job isn't just to enforce the law. It's to protect the vulnerable." And sometimes, the vulnerable aren't victims of crime. They're victims of the system. And the system can kill just as effectively as any criminal. just slower. Lily is being killed slowly, by narrative, by gaslighting, by collective abandonment. And Connor decides, maybe it's not an official police case, but it's a human case. And he's not going to sit idly by and watch. He just needs to figure out how to help without making things worse. Comment below. This makes sense to me. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what happens in that supermarket parking lot on a sunny Saturday isn't just a confrontation. It's a breaking point. It's the moment where private pain becomes a public spectacle, where the humiliation Lily had been silently enduring for months explodes onto a scene that no one can ignore. Connor is on his routine patrol, something he does every Saturday afternoon, circulating through the town's main spots, a visible presence that simultaneously reassures and deters. Riverside is a small and relatively safe town, so patrolling usually means waving to shopkeepers, checking closed shop doors, occasionally helping lost tourists find a local winery. He's walking past the supermarket when he hears voices, loud, aggressive. Immediately, years of training kick in. Connor quickens his pace, his hand instinctively reaching for the radio on his belt, ready to call for backup if needed. What he sees when he turns the corner to the parking lot instantly triggers his anger. Lily is leaning against her Quran old sedan that Connor recognizes from the library. Tyler Breslin is in front of her, invading her personal space in a way that is technically non-violent but clearly intimidating. Two of Tyler's friends, Connor recognizes them. One works at his father's bank, the other is a real estate agent, are positioned on either side. Human triangle, cornered. Tyler is holding up a piece of paper. Connor sees it as he approaches an ultrasound. A grainy, black and white image showing a clearly formed fetus, and Tyler is laughing, holding it above his head like a trophy, or, more precisely, like a bully in the schoolyard, holding a victim's belongings out of reach. That proves nothing, Tyler says, his voice loud enough to reach the small crowd that's forming. Because of course it's forming. Public drama in a small town is guaranteed entertainment. It could be anyone's. It could be fake. You could have gotten it from the internet. Lily is trying to retrieve the paper, jumping slightly, a movement that would seem comical if it weren't so devastatingly humiliating, her stomach brushing against Tyler with each attempt. Tyler, stop, please. Her voice is small, broken, a plea instead of a demand. Please, what? Tyler continues, and Connor sees, he's having fun. Genuinely having fun with her suffering. Stop exposing your lies. You're embarrassing yourself, Lily. Everyone knows the truth. Tyler, please, this is my ultrasound. I need it for my appointment. Ah, sure. You need it for a medical consultation. Audible, quotation marks again. For a doctor who's probably in on the scheme with you. Do you know how much it costs to bribe a doctor these days? His friends laugh. Audience, because that's what they are now. An audience, he murmurs. Some uncomfortable laughter. No one intervening. Lily tries one last time to grab the paper. Tyler nudges her lightly, not hard enough to be considered technical aggression, but enough to throw her off balance. She stumbles slightly, her hand automatically going to her stomach in a protective gesture. And Connor sees, truly sees, the moment when something inside Lily breaks, not cracks. It shatters completely. She stops trying to get the ultrasound. Her arms fall to her sides, her posture crumbles, and tears which she had been bravely holding back begin to stream down her face, silent, defeated. You know what's the saddest part? Tyler continues, clearly enraged now, fueled by the attention. I really liked you. I thought I'd found someone genuine. But you ruined everything with this unhealthy obsession. And now you're using a fake pregnancy as a last desperate attempt to. He arrives. Connor's voice cuts through the parking lot. It's not a shout, it's a command. Absolute authority inherited from 10 years wearing a badge, but also from something deeper, controlled fury from witnessing blatant injustice. Tyler turns. Around, he sees a uniform. His expression shifts from cruel amusement to defensive irritation. Sheriff Hayes, this isn't police business. It's personal. Connor deliberately walks until he is just meters away from the trio. Relaxed but menacing posture. Public harassment is a police matter. And you are harassing this woman. I am exposing a liar. You're humiliating a visibly pregnant woman in a public parking lot, surrounded by two friends in a clear display of intimidation. Connor doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. And you're holding her medical document without permission. That's theft. Stolen. Tyler laughs, but his sound is nervous. She gave it to me. She was trying to convince me. She's trying to get it back. You're refusing to return it. Technically, that's theft. Connor reaches out. Give it back. Now, Tyler looks at the outstretched hand. He looks at his friends. He looks at the audience watching now, with renewed attention because the dynamic has changed. Sheriff confronting the son of a wealthy family. That's good drama. Are you serious? You're going to defend a liar who's trying to ruin my life. I'm not interested in personal history. I'm interested in this discussion being over. You're going to return her document, and you and your friends are leaving. Now, or I'll arrest you for disturbing the peace, harassment, and theft. Connor then moves a deliberate step that places him directly between Tyler and Lily. A protective position, a physical barrier. Tyler sees movement. He understands symbolism. And Connor sees calculation happening behind his eyes. Tyler isn't stupid. He knows when to back off, especially with an audience watching. This is ridiculous, he murmurs. But he throws the ultrasound device on the floor. Paper floats, landing at Lily's feet. She's not worth this. She's not worth it. Nothing. He turns around. He gestures to his friends. Let's go. I don't want to waste any more time on this. They leave. The audience begins to disperse. The show is over. Nothing more to see. And Connor turns to Lily. She is trembling. Her whole body is shaking with silent sobs that she is still trying even now, even broken to contain. She bends down slowly, picks up the ultrasound from the floor. The paper is crumpled, torn slightly at the corner. She smooths it with trembling fingers, a tender and careful movement as if she were holding something infinitely precious. Are you okay? Connor asks, and immediately regrets it. Stupid question. Obviously, she's not okay. Lily doesn't look at him. She just shakes her head, not in confirmation, but in a meaningless movement, an automatic response. Lily, Connor tries again, his voice softer. Can I take you somewhere home? Hospital? No. The first word she speaks directly to him, her voice hoarse with tears. I just want to go home. Okay, are you safe to drive? Now she looks up. Red eyes meet his. And there's something in that look. Gratitude mixed with shame, relief mixed with the humiliation of needing to be saved. Thank you, she whispers. Thank you. And then she's moving, opening the car door, getting in quickly, starting the engine, leaving the parking lot with a hurry bordering on desperation. Connor just stood there watching her car disappear down the street. He should let it go. He should go back to patrol. He should mentally file it away as successful intervention. No report needed. But he can't. Because he saw it in her eyes. He saw devastation. He saw breakage. He saw a woman at the absolute limit of what she could endure. And something about it, about Lily being publicly destroyed, while the city watched as entertainment, triggers something in Connor that goes beyond professional duty. Something personal. Something furious. He returns to his patrol car. But instead of continuing his patrol, he drives to Tyler's house. A modern apartment in a renovated part of the city. Connor knocks on the door. Tyler answers. He sees Connor. His expression turns defensive. What? You came to arrest me? No. I came to give you a warning. Connor leans against the doorframe. You're going to stop. You're going to stop harassing Lily. You're going to stop spreading lies. You're going to stop turning her life into a public spectacle. Or what? You can't do anything. I didn't commit a crime. maybe not. But I can make your life very difficult. I can start enforcing the law. Rigorously. Every traffic violation. Every instance of drinking in public. Every little infraction I would normally ignore. Connor smiles, but there's no humor. And Tyler, you have lots of minor infractions on his record, including 3 drunk driving cases that Dad had disappeared. It would be a shame if those files were revisited. Tyler pales. You can't. I can. And I will. Unless you leave Lily alone. Completely. No more public confrontations. No more gossip. Nothing else. Connor straightens up. The choice is yours. He leaves before Tyler can respond. He returns to the patrol car, and as he drives, he knows. He just crossed a line. He just used his position in a way that is technically an abuse of power. But strangely, he doesn't regret it. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what happens in the 3 days following that confrontation in the parking lot isn't recovery. It's collapse. It's Lily finally, irrevocably, reaching the limit of how much a human being can endure before completely breaking down. Connor is in the office on Tuesday morning when the phone rings. Unknown number. He answers distractedly, still looking at a report on the screen. Sheriff Hayes. Sheriff. Female voice. Older. Trembling. This is Margaret Chen, Lily's mother. Connor immediately focuses. Mrs. Chen, what can I do for you? Pause. Heavy breathing. I'm worried about my daughter. Very worried. What happened? She hasn't left the house for 3 days. Since that incident at the market. She's not answering the phone. When I finally managed to speak to her last night, she said, voice breaks, she said that maybe everyone is right. That maybe she's crazy. That maybe she should just resolve the situation and leave everyone in peace. Connor felt a chill run down his spine. He'd worked long enough to know code, to understand euphemisms. Solve doesn't mean seek a solution. It means give up. It means stop by any means necessary. How to solve it? He asks, keeping his voice carefully calm, even as he's already grabbing his keys and getting up. I don't know. She hung up, and she's not answering anymore. Sheriff, my daughter. Margaret sobs openly now. She hasn't eaten in days. I don't know how long. She doesn't sleep, and she's 5 months pregnant. I'm afraid of what resolving means in her head now. I'm afraid she'd do something terrible. I'm going there now. What's the address? Margaret gives it. To him, Connor is already running. He drives fast, not with lights flashing, not with a siren, but fast enough to arrive at Lily's apartment in 7 minutes. Old building, well-maintained, but clearly not luxurious. Connor climbs the stairs 2 steps at a time to the 3rd floor. Apartment dresse. Butchina parta Lily. Sue Sheriff Hayes. Connor. Silence. He knocks again. Louder. Lily, your mother called. She's worried. I'm worried. I need to know you're okay. Still silence. Connor feels panic starting to grow. He puts his hand on the doorknob. Locked. Of course it is. Lily, if you don't open it, I'll have to break it down. I don't want to do that, but I need to know you're safe. And then, finally, he hears sound. Footsteps, slow, dragging. A lock being unlocked with a movement that seems to require immense effort. The door opens, and Connor feels a physical shock. He literally feels his body react to what he sees. Lily is unrecognizable. Deep, dark circles make her eyes seem sunken into skulls. Her skin is pale, almost translucent. Her hair is dirty, tied in a messy ponytail. Her close-in, oversized sweatshirt and pajama pants hang loosely on a body that has visibly lost weight, even pregnant. Even with a prominent belly, the rest of her seems to be disappearing. She looks like a ghost, or more precisely, she looks like someone who has given up on being alive. You don't need to check, she says, her voice monotone and emotionless. I'm fine. Everyone can relax now. Lily. Connor doesn't know what to say, how to say it. You don't look well. Why am I not perfect? Why am I not wearing makeup and smiling and pretending everything is wonderful? while the whole city calls me a liar. The first time, there's real emotion in her voice. Anger, bitterness. Sorry for not meeting aesthetic standards during a psychological breakdown. Connor almost smiled. Because anger, even sarcastic, self-destructive anger, is better than empty resignation. Anger means that part of her is still fighting. May I come in? He asks softly. Lily hesitates. She looks back, as if assessing the state of the apartment, deciding whether she wants witnesses. Then, she shrugs a gesture of defeat and steps back. Connor enters, and immediately understands the full extent of the situation. The apartment is dark. All the curtains are closed. The light that enters is only a sliver at the edges, creating a permanent dimness. The air is stale-lit, smells like a space that hasn't been ventilated in days. And there's evidence everywhere of someone not functioning properly. The kitchen is piled high with untouched food. Sandwiches still wrapped. Fruit rotting in a bowl. Soup in a pot on the stove, with a layer of solidified fat on top. Someone, probably Lily's mother, tried to bring food, but Lily didn't eat any. The coffee table holds a bottle of medicine. Connor looks at the label. Alprazolam, prescribed 2 months ago. The bottle is almost empty. He mentally counts if she took it as prescribed, there should be much more left. But if she took it, more that prescribed. Laptop is open on the sofa. Connor sees the screen, medical forum. Topic title visible. Higher risk pregnancy, how much stress before. The rest is cut off. But Connor can imagine, before losing the baby, before something goes wrong, before the body gives up. Lily, he says, his voice coming out rougher than he intends. When was the last time you ate something? She's standing in the middle of the room, her arms crossed protectively over her chest. I don't remember. Yesterday. The day before yesterday. And did he drink water? Shrugged. And did he sleep? Could you sleep? She finally looks at him. What if the whole city were saying you're a liar? Manipulative. Crazy. What if every time you closed your eyes, you heard voices saying you made it all up, that the baby inside you is a weapon, not life? Lily, I tried. Connor, I tried to eat, but my stomach wouldn't accept it. I tried to sleep, but every time I close my eyes, I see Tyler. I see his face laughing. I see the ultrasound being thrown on the floor like trash. I see all those people watching and nobody doing nothing, except you, only you. Her voice breaks, and you know the worst part. I'm starting to think that maybe they're right. Maybe it is crazy. Maybe she made it all up unconsciously. Because how can this be real? How can I be carrying a life that half the city thinks doesn't exist? How? Stop. Connor crosses the room. He stands in front of her. Lily, what's happening has a name. Gaslighting. Tyler convinced you that your reality isn't real, and the whole city is reinforcing it. But listen, no. She shakes her head violently. You don't understand. You know I'm pregnant because you can see. But what if Tyler is right about motivation? What if subconsciously I stopped taking the pill? What if part of me wanted this, and now the rest of me is paying for it? Lily, look at me. Connor waits until her eyes meet his. You're pregnant. Visibly. This isn't acting. It's not imagination. It's a medical fact. But, and what about motivation? Even if you had intentionally stopped taking the pill, which you didn't, that doesn't make you a liar. It doesn't make you manipulative. Couples decide to have children all the time. Is that a crime now? But I haven't decided exactly. You know she decided. The pill failed. It happens to 9% of women every year. Statistics, not conspiracy theories. Lily is crying now. Silently, tears just streaming down her face. Then why doesn't anyone believe me? Because Tyler told their story first. And because Connor hesitates, then decides. Brutal honesty. Because small towns protect their own. And Tyler is one of them. You're not yet. So what do? Connor looks around the apartment. He sees her condition. He sees evidence of progressive collapse. and he makes a decision. First, you eat. Now, I'll make something. Simple, toast. Something your stomach will accept. I'm not hungry. I don't care. You're pregnant. The baby needs nutrition. So you're going to eat. He's already in the kitchen, looking for bread. Second, you schedule a doctor's appointment. Today, I'll take you there personally. Connor, it's non-negotiable. Lily, he puts toast in the toaster. You've lost weight. You're dehydrated. Clearly not sleeping. This is a higher-risk pregnancy now. You need monitoring. He goes back into the room. He sits on the sofa. He gestures for her to sit down too. She obeys an automatic movement of someone used to following instructions. And third, Connor continues, his voice softer now. You stop believing them. You stop questioning your own sanity. Because Lily, you're not crazy. You're being tortured. There is a difference. It looks the same. No, it's not. Madness is a loss of touch with reality. You are in perfect contact with reality. The problem is that reality is being cruel. The toaster makes a noise. Connor gets some toast, spreads a little butter on it. He brings it to Lily. Eat, slowly. She picks it up. She looks at the toast as if she's never seen it before. Then, slowly, she takes a bite. She'll choose. She swallows. Connor sees the moment her body realizes. Food. Finally, food. Her overly empty stomach roars in response, and Lily eats more. Not quickly, but she eats. And while she eats, Connor looks around and understands. He can't leave her here. Not like this. Not alone. Lily, do you have someone who can stay with you? A friend? Family? She shakes her head. Mom is on Tyler's side, or at least she doubts me. And friends, I don't have many. And the ones I had believed him. Connor senses the decision crystallizing, probably crossing a line. Probably inappropriate, but necessary. Then you're coming with me. Lily stops eating. What? I have a spare room. You can stay there, temporarily, until you get settled. Connor, I can't. You can, and you will, because I'm not going to leave you here alone, risking doing something irreversible. And they stay like that, looking at each other. And Lily sees in his eyes absolute determination, real concern, not pity, not judgment, just a genuine desire to protect. And finally, she waves. Comment below. This makes sense to me. Now, I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what Connor faces when he leaves Lily's apartment isn't just anger. It's a complete moral crisis. It's a brutal confrontation between what the law allows and what conscience demands. And the distance between those two things has never seemed so vast. He helps Lily pack some things, basic clothes, toiletries, a laptop, books that she looks at but doesn't have the energy to choose. So Connor just grabs a random pile. He takes her to his own house, settles her in the guest room he never uses, makes sure she eats something else, then says he needs to get back to work but will return later. That's a lie. He doesn't go back to work. He drives to the police station but doesn't go in. He sits in the parking lot for 15 minutes, hands on the steering wheel, processing things. Lily is at his house. A pregnant woman he vaguely knows is now under his roof. And Connor knows, he knows, how will this look? In a small town where gossip travels faster than the truth, where narrative is everything, this will be seen as the sheriff having an affair with a woman who is trying to arrest another man, the sheriff being deceived as well, the sheriff crossing professional lines. He should have called social services. He should have connected Lily with appropriate resources, shelter, counselor, support organizations. He should have maintained professional distance. But Connor saw her eyes. He heard her monotonous voice. He saw her nearly empty bottle of anti-anxiety medication, untouched food, and her body fading away even while pregnant. And he knew the system won't save her. Not fast enough. Not before she does something irreversible. So he made a choice. Possibly wrong from a protocol standpoint, but right from a human standpoint. He finally enters the police station. He goes straight to his desk. He opens his computer, and he starts searching. Criminal code, harassment, defamation, stalking, threats. Anything that can be used against Tyler. Harassment requires a pattern of threatening behavior. Tyler made a public confrontation. He said cruel things. But did he threaten? Technically, no. He never said, "I'm going to hurt you." He just destroyed her reputation. And that doesn't qualify. Defamation requires a false statement that causes demonstrable harm. Tyler said Lily lied about being pregnant. But Lily, this pregnant, visibly so. So how can one demonstrate harm when the truth is obvious? And even if one could, defamation is a civil matter, not a criminal one. Lily would need to sue. With money she doesn't have. Persecution requires repeated behavior that causes reasonable fear. Tyler confronted someone once. Then he backed down when Connor threatened him. It's not standard practice. It's not legal harassment. Threat requires a specific statement of intent to cause harm. Tyler didn't threaten. He only humiliated. Connor forcefully closes the penal code, making the table tremble. Because that's it. There's nothing else. Tyler destroyed Lily psychologically, systematically, publicly. And technically, he didn't commit a crime. The legal system wasn't designed for this. It wasn't designed for abuse that leaves no physical marks. It wasn't designed for gaslighting. It wasn't designed for calculated emotional destruction. And Connor feels such intense frustration that, for a moment, he considers, maybe he should just let it go. Say that he did what he could. That Lily is safe now, in his home, and that's enough. But then he remembers her voice. Perhaps I should just resolve the situation. And Connor knows, physical security isn't enough. Lily needs more. She needs validation. She needs a voice. She needs someone with authority to say it publicly. She's not crazy. She was abused. He picks up the phone. He dials a number he has memorized, but rarely uses. Dr. Simmons' office. Secretary's voice. Professional. Distant. This is Sheriff Connor Hayes. I need to speak with Dr. Simmons. It's urgent. Sheriff, Dr. Simmons is with a patient. It's about an urgent mental health situation. Potential risk of suicide. He will want to attend. Pause. Then, one moment. Connor waits. 30 seconds that seem like an eternity. Then a male voice, older, tired. Connor, what happened? Dr. Richard Simmons, the only licensed therapist in Riverside. A man in his 60s who has seen half the town pass through his office at some point. Connor respects him. And more importantly, he trusts him. Richard, I need a favor. And it needs to be confidential. Everything we discuss is confidential. You know that. I have a situation. A 28-year-old woman, 5 months pregnant, is being systematically and psychologically destroyed by her ex-boyfriend and the entire city. Severe gaslighting. She's collapsing, not eating, not sleeping. Talking about resolving the situation in ways that worry me greatly. Silence on the other end. Then, is she under medical care? She hasn't seen a doctor in 2 weeks. She's refusing to go. I think she's afraid of further judgment. And what do you want me to do? I want you to see her, evaluation, maybe regular sessions, if she agrees. And Richard, I need you to document it, officially, that this is psychological abuse, that the damage is real, that she's not crazy, she's being tortured. Another pause, a longer one. Connor, you know I can't provide a diagnosis for legal purposes without the patient's full consent. And even then, I'm not asking you to testify in court. Not yet. I'm asking you to help a woman who is literally dying inside. And to document it in case we need it later. Did she agree to that? Connor hesitates. I'll talk to her. But Richard, between us, she's home with me now. Because she had nowhere else to go. Because her family doubted her. Because her friends abandoned her. Because I found her surrounded by untouched food and nearly finished anxiety medication, researching how much stress before losing a baby. He hears Richard breathe sharply. I understand. So you're going to see her? Yes. But Connor, you crossed a line, right? Bringing a vulnerable civilian into your home. This is going to look like, I know how it's going to look. I don't care. What matters is that she's alive. Okay. Send her tomorrow. 9 in the morning. I'll make room. Thanks. Connor hangs up. He looks at his phone. The next call will be more difficult. He dials Chief Delegate Jack Morrison, a man who is technically Connor's boss, although Connor operates with considerable autonomy in practice. Morrison, Jack, it's Connor. I need to inform you about the situation. That sounds serious. Yes, I have a civilian temporarily living in my house, a pregnant woman in a situation of psychological abuse. She didn't have a safe place to stay. Family isn't a source of support, so I offered her an extra room. Absolute silence. Then, Connor, are you telling me you took a vulnerable woman into your home, without supervision, without proper protocol? I'm saying that the woman was in a potentially suicidal crisis and there was no immediate shelter option available. And I made the decision based on preserving her life. And this woman, is she the same one who's having drama with Tyler Breslin? Of course, Jack knows. Everyone knows. Small town. Try. Connor, do you realize that this seems problematic? That it will look like you've chosen sides in a domestic dispute? This isn't a domestic dispute. It's systematic psychological abuse. And yes, I chose a side. I chose the victim's side. Victim alleged, real victim. Jack, I saw her. She's not eating, losing weight even while pregnant. Dark circles under her eyes that look like bruises. Speaking in a way that suggests suicidal ideation. This isn't drama. It's a medical emergency. Jack sighs, long and tired. Connor, I understand impulse. I really do. But you have to follow protocol. You have to protect not only her, but yourself as well. Reputation, career. Your reputation can go to hell if it means leaving a pregnant woman to die alone. No one is talking about letting them die. I'm talking about doing it right. Social services, appropriate shelters, trained professionals. She needs help. Now, no triplicate forms and a 3-week waiting list. Then you call an ambulance. Involuntary psychiatric hospitalization if necessary. And he labels her as crazy. Exactly what Tyler wants. Exactly what the city already believes. Connor feels anger rising. Jack, with all due respect, I didn't call asking for permission. I called to inform you. Lily Chen is under my roof until she's stable enough to live independently. If that's a problem for the department, we can discuss consequences later. But I'm not abandoning her. Heavy silence. Then, you're risking everything for this woman. Career, reputation, everything. Is she worth it? Connor thinks of Lily, of her empty eyes, of her monotonous voice, of her fading body, and he considers an alternative, finding her dead. Or worse, finding the baby dead because stress killed her, because the system failed. Yes, he says simply. Okay. Jack sighs again. Okay. But Connor, document everything. Every interaction. Every decision. Because if this blows up hand, it probably will. You're going to need impeccable paper trail. Understood. Connor hangs up and sits at the empty desk in the silent police station, processing what he has just done. He crossed lines. Several lines. He took a vulnerable civilian home. He compromised professional neutrality. He publicly sided with a member of an influential family. Everything training tells you never to do. But then he thinks of his mentor, the former sheriff who trained him years ago. The man who said, "A badge isn't a shield. It's responsibility." And sometimes, responsibility means doing the right thing, even when the right thing isn't in the manual. Connor grabs his coat. He goes home, where Lily is now. A woman he vaguely knows. A woman carrying unnecessary complications for Connor. A woman who could destroy his career if this goes wrong. But also, a woman who is alive because he chose to act instead of following protocol. And as he drives, Connor realizes He's not doing this because he's a police officer. He's doing it because he's human. And humanity sometimes demands more than the law allows. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what happens in the following weeks isn't a dramatic transformation. There's no cinematic moment where Lily wakes up, healed, confident, reborn. Instead, there's something more subtle, more real, more precious. There's reconstruction. Brick by brick, breath by breath, moment by moment. Connor arrives home that first night expecting to find Lily asleep. She looked exhausted enough to have passed out for days. But instead, he finds her sitting in his kitchen, soft light on the table, staring at a cup of tea that had long since gone cold. Couldn't sleep? He asks, dropping his keys on the counter. Lily shakes her head. Tried, but every time I close my eyes, I hear voices. Tyler, the woman at the supermarket, the waitress at the coffee shop. Everyone saying I'm a liar. Connor pulls up a chair. He sits on the other side of the table, not too close, giving space. This will pass. Not immediately, but it will. How do you know? Because I've seen it before. Psychological trauma works like that. It echoes. It repeats. But with time and distance, the volume diminishes. Lily looks at him with an expression that is half hope, half skepticism. You speak as if you know from experience. I've worked in law enforcement for 10 years. I've seen many types of trauma, and he hesitates, then decides. Vulnerability for vulnerability. I lost someone a few years ago, an ex-girlfriend, not through death, but through, let's just say the relationship didn't end well. And for months, I heard her voice too. All the things she said, all the accusations, even knowing they weren't true, they still echoed. How did he stop it? I replaced her voices with others. People who truly knew me, who validated reality. Eventually, real voices became louder than echoes. Lily absorbs this. Then, gently, thank you for letting me stay. I know it's complicated. That's right. Complicated and right are not mutually exclusive. A small smile, the first real one Connor sees. Fragile as glass. But there, the days settle into a rhythm. Connor leaves for work early. Lily sleeps in late, her body finally allowing the rest it denied herself for weeks. When she wakes up, she finds freshly brewed coffee, fresh bread on the table, and a note. Eat something non-negotiable. See, first day, she ignores it. Old habit of thinking she doesn't deserve care. On the second day, Connor adds to the note. I thought librarians knew how to follow written instructions. That makes her laugh and eat. On the third day, Lily is awake when Connor returns from work. She made dinner. Nothing elaborate, just pasta with jar's sauce, but it's an effort. It's participation. You didn't need to, Connor says, but there's warmth in his voice. I know, but I wanted to. I can't just exist here without contributing. They eat together. They talk about small things, the book Connor is reading. He actually picked up War and Peace, a funny customer Lily remembers from the library, the weather changing to autumn. Nothing profound, just normal. And normality is a balm after months of chaos. But slowly, conversations deepen. One night, Lily asks, why do you do this? Really? Not the noble answer about doing the right thing. The real reason. Connor remains silent for a long time. Then, because I saw you break and no one else saw, or they saw and didn't care. And something about that reminded me of all the times the system failed, the people I was supposed to protect. All the times protocol mattered more than humanity. That doesn't answer why EU specifically. I don't know if I have a better answer than you matter. And nobody was telling you that, so I'm saying it. Tears welled in her eyes, but not sad tears. Something more complex. Connor starts adjusting his patrols. He goes through the library more often than necessary. He doesn't go in all the times. Sometimes he just checks through the window, makes sure Lily is okay. This is working. This hasn't fallen apart again. One day he comes in, returning books, Lily looks at the pile. You finished War and Peace in 3 days. No, but I can renew it in person. She laughs. A genuine laugh. Not forced. You're a terrible liar to a cop. Who said I'm lying? Maybe I read it too fast. You're on page 43. Bookmark is visible. Connor makes an exaggerated, guilty face. Okay, you got me. I just wanted to check that I was alright. I am better. Thanks to you. He stays for 10 minutes. They talk about book recommendations, an area where Lily shines, where her confidence emerges. And Connor sees it. A gradual transformation. A woman who was disappearing is beginning to reappear. Lily casually mentions her prenatal appointment at breakfast. My prenatal appointment is scheduled for Thursday. Connor asks, do you want me to come? She freezes. What? For the consultation? If you want company? I know that people usually bring partners or mothers, and you don't have anyone available. So, I offer myself as a friend. Lily stares at him for a long moment. You don't need to, I know, but I want to. If you want to, people will talk. They'll think you are, that we are. Let them think what they want. What matters is what it really is. Tears again. Yes, I want you to go. The doctor's office is full, and yes, people stare when Connor enters with Lily. They recognize the uniform. They recognize her. Whispers begin. Connor ignores her. He sits next to her. He picks up a magazine ironically about fatherhood and pretends to read while maintaining a protective presence. When they call Lily's name, she hesitates. Connor asks quietly, do you want me to come in? He can. If you want, I can. She wants to. Dr. Patricia Lynn, a woman in her 50s, looks surprised when Connor enters. But professionalism wins out over curiosity. Sheriff Hayes, Dr. Lynn, I'm here for support. If that's okay. Of course. She turns to Lily. How are you feeling? And Lily, for the first time, is honest. She talks about not eating, about not sleeping, about stress, about fear. Dr. Lynn listens, examines, and eventually says, Lily, you've lost 4 kilos since your last appointment. During pregnancy. That's concerning, I know. Sorry. It's not about excuses. It's about health. Yours and the baby's. She looks at Connor. Is she in a stable environment now? He is, Connor confirms. Under my roof. Eating regularly. Resting. Dr. Lynn nods. Good. Because frankly, 2 more weeks at that pace, and we'd be talking about hospital admission. Lily pales. Connor takes her hand. An automatic gesture. Comforting. After the appointment, in the car, Lily is quiet, processing. I almost killed my baby, she finally says. By letting Tyler convince me I was crazy. You didn't almost kill anything. You survived. And now you're recovering. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Accept help. Many people don't accept it. Nights become routine. Dinner together. Conversations in the living room. Connor works on reports. Lily reads. Comfortable company. And slowly, stories emerge. Lily talks about her childhood. About learning to be small. About never feeling like her voice mattered. Connor talks about work. About cases that haunt him. About a system that frequently fails the people who need it most. One night, Lily asks, why did you become a police officer? I wanted to make a difference. Cliché, I know. It achieved. Sometimes, like now, with you. Does this count as police work? It counts as humanity. Which should be part of the job, but often isn't. Lily looks at him, really looks. You're too good for this town, and you deserve a better city than this. Time hangs between them. Something is changing. Something is growing. Not romance, not yet, but a connection. Deep, real. And Lily realizes she's starting to trust again. Not just trust Connor, but trust her own judgment. Trust that she deserves kindness. Trust that her voice matters. Transformation isn't quick, but it's real. Comment below. This makes sense to me. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because after 3 weeks of Lily living with Connor, After seeing her start eating again, sleeping without nightmares every night, and smiling occasionally, Connor decides the time has come. Time not only to protect Lily within the walls of his house, but to confront the toxin that has poisoned the entire city. It's Friday night. Connor knows where Tyler will be. Same bar every Friday, same group of friends, same predictable pattern of a man who never had to change because the world always revolved around him. Connor isn't in uniform. That's important. This isn't Sheriff Hayes making an official visit. This is Connor, a man who's fed up with watching injustice become normalized. He enters the bar. Murphy's an establishment that has existed since before Riverside was officially a city. A dark place, the smell of old beer and varnished wood, the sound of a football game on TV, and overlapping conversations. And there, at the corner table, exactly where Connor was waiting, Tyler and 3 friends. Connor walks straight towards them. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't deviate. He walks with a purpose that gradually silences the conversations around him. Tyler Breslin? That's not a question. It's a statement. Tyler looks up. Recognition, followed by irritation. Sheriff Hayes. Night off. I need to talk to you. On. Connor pulls a chair from the next table. He sits down uninvited. Relaxed posture, but cold eyes. About how you spread all over town that Lily Chen faked her pregnancy to trap you, and how that's defamation. Tyler's friends exchange glances. The atmosphere shifts from casual to tense. It's not defamation if it's true, Tyler says, but there's a nervousness in his voice that wasn't there before. So you have proof that she's not pregnant? Connor leans in slightly. Because I saw her. Visibly pregnant. 5.5 months now. Or do you think she's faking a belly? I didn't say she wasn't pregnant. I said she did it on purpose. That she trapped me. Interesting. Do you have proof of this accusation? Messages where she admits to it? Witnesses confessing to the plan? Or just your word against hers? Tyler blushes. She stopped taking the pill trial. She should have stopped. I was always careful. Pills fail, Tyler. 9% a year with typical use. It's in literally any basic medical information. So your big piece of evidence that she conspired is predictable statistics. One of Tyler's friends, Brad, Connor reminds him, works at the bank, interjects. With all due respect, Sheriff, this is none of your business. It's a personal matter. My account turns up when I see a pregnant woman being publicly harassed, when I see defamation affecting her mental health to the point of suicide risk. Connor looks directly at Tyler. Or didn't you know that Lily stopped eating? That she lost 4 kilos during her pregnancy? That the doctor said that 2 more weeks in that state and she would need to be hospitalized? Silence. Complete. Even the TV seems quieter. Tyler looks away. That's not I didn't know. Of course you didn't know, because you didn't care. You only cared about controlling the narrative. Connor leans forward now, his voice low but sharp. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to stop. You're going to stop spreading lies about Lily. You're going to stop questioning the pregnancy. You're going to stop making comments. You're going to stop completely. Or what? You're going to arrest me. Weak challenge. Tyler already knows he's lost. No, but I'm going to do something worse. I'm going to investigate. Connor smiles, but there's no warmth. Do you know how many times you've driven drunk, Tyler? 3 that I personally arrested. All solved by your lawyer dad. But files don't disappear. They just stay dormant. And I can wake them up. I can reopen investigations. I can ensure that every infraction, drunk driving, disturbing the peace, that time you pushed a guy in the parking lot and your dad paid the victim not to press charges or surfaces. You can't do that. It's harassment, it's law enforcement. Selective, maybe, but completely legal. Connor stands up. Oh, and Tyler, the baby's yours. A paternity test will prove it. And when it does, you'll pay child support. 18 years of hers. Because that part isn't negotiable. It's the law. He turns to leave. Tyler calls out, did she cheat on you too? Or are you sleeping with her and that's why you're defending her? Connor stops. He turns slowly, and something in his expression makes Tyler instinctively recoil. Lily is under my roof because she was in crisis. Because her family failed. Because the whole city failed. And because I don't watch pregnant women die of stress when I can do something about it. His voice is icy. If you interpret basic kindness as a sexual motive, it says more about you than about me. He leaves, and feels every pair of eyes in the bar watching. Rumors spread like wildfire, because of course they do. Connor confronted Tyler publicly. He defended Lily. He threatened Tyler with real consequences. At the cafe the following morning, Connor hears conversations change as he enters. Sheriff Hayes said that she really is pregnant. Tyler may be lying the whole time. Poor girl, if she was really defamed like that. Emma, the waitress, who humiliated Lily weeks ago, avoids Connor's gaze when he orders coffee. As she hands him the cup, she murmurs, "Sheriff, about that day with Lily. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been cruel." Connor nods. "Tell her, not me." He returns home where Lily is waiting, probably reading, probably trying not to think too much about her follow-up appointment, scheduled for next week. When she enters, she's in the kitchen, but not reading. She's looking at her phone. Strange expression. "What happened?" Connor asks. "My mother called. She said she heard you confronted Tyler. That the whole town is talking about it." "That may be." Her voice breaks slightly. "Maybe she misjudged it. That maybe I was telling the truth all along." Connor feels anger blazing. "Maybe, yeah, you was telling the truth. From day one, I know. But Connor, she only believes me now because you validated it. Because a man with a badge said I'm trustworthy." Lily puts the phone down on the table. "Why did she need you? Why was my word, my physical reality, my literally visible belly ever enough?" And Connor has no answer. Because she's right. Completely, devastatingly right. "I don't know," he finally admits. "It's not fair. It shouldn't be like this. But it is." Lily sits heavily. "And now everyone acts like they always believed. Like they never doubted. Emma from the coffee shop texted me to apologize. The woman from the supermarket who called me pathetic showed up at the library today, saying she always knew Tyler was troubled." Tears streamed down her face. But where were they? When I was alone. When I was starving and doubting and scared. Connor kneels in front of her. "You're right. They failed. Completely. And belated apologies don't undo the damage. So what do I do? Do I accept apologies and pretend everything is fine? Or do I stay angry forever?" You do what you need to do to heal. If that means accepting apologies, okay. If it means keeping your distance, that's okay too. There's no right way to process collective betrayal. Lily wipes her face. "I should be relieved that they finally believe me, that the narrative has changed, but I just feel empty, like validation came too late to matter." It's not too late, but it doesn't erase months of trauma either. Connor takes her hand. "Lily, you survived gaslighting that would destroy most people. You're stronger than you think." "I don't feel strong. I feel broken." Broken and strong are not mutually exclusive. Sometimes the strongest people are those who were broken and chose to rebuild themselves. Anyway, she looks at him really. And she sees not pity, she sees respect. Genuine admiration. "Thank you," she whispers, "for fighting when I couldn't. Always." And so they remain, hands intertwined. Two broken people finding strength in each other. But what none of them know, what they can't know as they sit in the silent kitchen is that Connor's confrontation with Tyler triggered something. Because men like Tyler don't accept defeat. They don't accept public humiliation. They don't accept loss of control. And when Tyler leaves the bar that night, when he drives home with seething anger, when he spends hours on the internet searching, he finds something. Something he can use. Something he can turn against Connor. Because if Connor wants to play dirty, Tyler can play even dirtier. And the war that Connor thought he had won? It's only just beginning. Now I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what Connor feels in that moment, the phone still pressed against his ear. Dr. Anderson's voice echoing words that rewrite entire reality once again is not just shock. It's a bitter recognition of a pattern he should have foreseen. Men like Tyler don't lose gracefully. When confronted, when exposed, when finally held accountable, they make one last, desperate move. They transform into victims. Repeat that, Connor says, his voice controlled but lying quickly. Tyler Breslin was admitted to the hospital an hour ago. Overdose of sleeping pills. Intentional. Apparently, left a suicide note. Specifically mentioned, Lily Chen, said she ruined his life. That he can't handle the pressure of being falsely accused. That if a paternity test proves the baby is his, he'd rather die than face the consequences of. Dr. Anderson hesitates, quoting the letter. Being trapped by a manipulative woman for the rest of his life, Connor feels nausea rising. Not because of Tyler, but because of what this means. Because of how the narrative is about to change. Again, will he survive? Connor asks. Yes, gastric lavage, activated charcoal. She was conscious when she arrived, which suggests the dose wasn't, let's say, compromised to a fatal outcome. But Sheriff, protocol requires me to report a suicide attempt. And given that there's a specific name mentioned in the letter, are you telling me that Lily could be considered a contributing factor? I'm not saying anything officially, but yes, there are implications. Especially if the Breslin family decides to put pressure on them. Connor hangs up. He stands there for a moment, processing. Lily is watching, her expression shifting from confusion to alarm. What happened? Connor looks at her, this woman who almost killed herself because of Tyler, who lost weight during her pregnancy because of him, who spent months questioning her own sanity because he systematically lied. And now she has to say that Tyler turned that against her too. Tyler is in the hospital. Apparent suicide. Attempt. Color drains from Lily's face. What? Pill. Overdose. Intentional. Left a note blaming you. Lily remains completely still. Then, in a small, broken voice, is he going to die? No. He will recover completely. So it wasn't really a serious attempt. Connor blinks. He hadn't expected that realization. Probably not. The dose wasn't high enough, and he was conscious when he arrived. Performance then, like everything's always been with him. Lily sits down slowly. He's turning it upside down, playing the victim, making it seem like I drove him into this. Try, and the city will believe it. Again, they'll forget that he destroyed me. They'll see a man suffering and decide that I'm a monster after all. Connor kneels in front of her. I won't let that happen. How are you going to stop it? You don't control what people think. You don't control the narrative. Tears streamed down her face. Connor, I've spent months being called a liar. Finally, people started to believe it, and now Tyler does this, and it all comes back. Worse than before. Because now I'm not just a liar. I'm a liar who drove a man to suicide. Lily, no. She stands up abruptly. I need to leave. I need to leave this city. Go anywhere where nobody knows me. Where I can start over without all this history. Running away doesn't solve anything. Staying is out of the question. Staying means facing this every day. It means seeing pity in people's eyes. Or worse, judgment. It means raising my son in a place where half the city thinks I drove his father to suicide. Connor takes her hands. Breathe. Just breathe for a moment. Lily tries. She fails. Her breathing comes in irregular sobs. A panic attack is beginning. Look at me, Connor says firmly. Focus on me. Breathe with me. Go in. Hold on. Go out. He guides her through breathing exercises. Slowly, the panic recedes. It doesn't disappear, but it becomes manageable. You're not going to run away, Connor finally says, because running away validates his narrative. It makes it seem like you're to blame. You stay, you face it, and I stay with you. What if nobody believes the truth? So we forced them to see, not with my word, with facts, with chronology, with evidence of his behavioral pattern. The next 48 hours are war. Not a physical war, a war of narratives. The Breslin family acted quickly. Tyler's mother gave an interview to a local newspaper, her tears carefully positioned. My son is devastated. This woman falsely accused him, ruined his reputation, and now he's so desperate he tried to take his own life. Where is the justice in that? Tyler's friends flood social media. Hashtag Justice for Tyler is trending locally. Posts about men are victims too, and false accusations destroy lives. And the city, that same city that weeks ago was questioning Lily, that only days ago began to believe her waivers again. Because a man in a hospital is a powerful image. A man suffering evokes instinctive sympathy. Connor sees it happening in real time. Comments on local posts. Maybe Tyler was right all along. Poor guy. Driven to this by a manipulative woman. Sheriff Hayes should have stayed out of this. And then, inevitably, Lily Chen should be investigated for harassment. Connor reads everything. He documents everything. And he makes connections. First, Dr. Simmons, therapist. Richard, I need a professional evaluation regarding a pattern of manipulative versus genuine suicidal behavior. Connor, I can't make a diagnosis without seeing the patient. I'm not asking for a diagnosis. I'm asking for education. If I describe the situation to you, can you tell me the signs that differentiate a genuine attempt from a performance? Pause. Then, off the record. Yes, Connor describes it. Low dose, consciousness maintained. Conveniently specific letter blaming the person. Perfect timing right after being publicly confronted. Richard sighs. Off the record. This has all the hallmarks of a manipulative gesture. A genuine suicide attempt is rarely so performative. Genuine letters speak of inner pain, not of blaming specific people. And the fact that he maintains consciousness suggests that the goal wasn't death, but attention. Can I quote you? Absolutely not. But I can write a general article about the difference between genuine suicidal ideation and suicidal manipulation. Publish it on a professional blog. Its timing would be accidental. Second, local journalist Sarah Mackenzie, the reporter who covered the original story of Lily being exposed by Tyler months ago. Sarah, you covered Lily Chen and Tyler Breslin's story. I covered it, and now I'm covering his suicide attempt. It's tragic, it's manipulative, and you're being used to spread propaganda. Offended silence. Sheriff Hayes, I don't appreciate Tyler Breslin has a history. 3 drunk driving cases that his family made disappear. 2 violent incidents that were paid to silence. And now, conveniently timed, a suicide attempt with a non-lethal dose shortly after being confronted about systematically gaslighting his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Don't you find that suspicious? Are you giving me a story? I'm giving you context. This should have been included in the original report. Do with it what you want. But if you have an ounce of journalistic integrity, you'll investigate before spreading the victim narrative that the Breslin family is selling. Third, Chief Delegate Morrison. Jack, we need to talk about Tyler Breslin. I heard attempted suicide, tragic, manipulative, and designed to turn the narrative against Lily. Connor, you're dangerously close to sounding obsessive about this. I'm dangerously close to not caring how I look. Jack, this is classic abuser pattern. When he loses control, he escalates. Tyler lost control over Lily. He lost control of the narrative. Then he makes a dramatic gesture to regain sympathy. Or he is genuinely suffering, with a dose that doctors say is non-lethal, with a conveniently specific letter, with perfect timing. Connor takes a deep breath. Jack, if we let this narrative continue, Lily will be destroyed, again, and this time, she might not survive. A long pause. Then, what do you want me to do? Official statement. The department does not comment on private medical matters. but we can confirm that there is no investigation of Lily Chen for any criminal conduct. This cuts the narrative that she'd driven him to it. This will make it seem like we're defending her. We are protecting a citizen from defamation. That is literally our job. Connor returns home, exhausted. He finds Lily exactly where he left her, sitting in the living room, staring blankly. "How are you?" he asks, knowing the answer is obvious. "Numb. I don't feel anything. It's like part of me just switched off." Connor sits beside her. "This will pass. Trauma does that. It shuts down emotions to protect you. I don't want to feel numb. I want to feel angry. I want to scream that Tyler is a liar, that this is manipulation, that he's doing exactly what he's always done, controlling the narrative." Her voice breaks. "But who's going to believe me? They'll say I'm being cruel, insensitive, that a man almost died and I have no compassion. Some people will say that, but not everyone. How many more do you need to say before I break down again?" Connor has no answer. Because she's right. It doesn't matter how many people believe the truth if enough people believe the lie. "The paternity test is tomorrow," Lily finally says. "It's going to prove Tyler is the father. And then, I don't know what happens. So you have definitive proof that you never lied, and Tyler has definitive proof that he was arrested." His narrative also holds up, in a distorted way, but it holds up. She looks at Connor. "There's no victory here, is there? No matter what happens, I lose something." And Connor wants to disagree. He wants to say that truth always wins, that justice prevails. But he worked long enough to know. Sometimes there is no happy ending. Sometimes there is only survival, and survival has to be enough. Now, I want to delve even deeper into this subject. Because what happens the next day, the day of the paternity test, the day when physical truth will finally be irrefutable, doesn't bring the resolution any of them expected. It brings something more complicated, more real, more devastatingly human. Lily and Connor go to the clinic together, a small medical building on the edge of town, the parking lot half empty on a Tuesday morning. They arrive early. They sit in the car for a moment, neither of them wanting to get out. "Ready?" Connor finally asks. "No, but we're going anyway." Tyler is already there when they enter. His arm is bandaged where blood has been drawn, deep dark circles under his eyes, a carefully cultivated martyr's expression. And beside him, his mother, Patricia Breslin, in all her glory expensive clothes, a permanently disapproving expression, a presence that fills the room. She looks at Lily as if she's something unpleasant she stepped on. Then she sees Connor. Her expression hardens even more. "Sheriff Hayes. What a surprise. I didn't know this was a police matter." "No, it's not. I'm here as a friend." Friend. The way she says it makes the words sound dirty. Connor ignores him. He guides Lily to chairs on the other side of the room, maximum possible distance from Tyler and Patricia. The process is clinical, efficient. The technician collects a blood sample from Tyler again, standard protocol, 2 samples for verification. Then Lily. Afterwards, they go to a private room where they perform amniocentesis, a long needle through Lily's abdomen, collecting amniotic fluid. Connor holds her hand during the procedure. He feels her clench as the needle goes in. He sees silent tears that aren't from physical pain. Results in a week, the coach says, professionally and detachedly. 1 week, 7 days of limbo, where both narratives exist simultaneously. But the city isn't waiting for results. The narrative is already being written. Sarah Mackenzie's article is published 3 days later. Title: The Complex Truth Behind the Breslin-Chan Drama. An investigation. She did her work. Connor sees that immediately. Sarah interviewed doctors without naming them, but citing patterns. She interviewed experts in psychological abuse. She reviewed Tyler's history, the drunk driving incidents that Connor mentioned, found through public records that the family couldn't completely erase. And she asks questions that no one else has asked. Why did Tyler change the story multiple times? Why was the dose of suicide attempt so precisely and lethal? Why did the letter mention a specific person instead of internal pain? It's not a direct accusation. It's real journalism, presenting facts, letting readers draw their own conclusions. The reaction is divided. Half the city is starting to question things again, see pattern, recognize manipulation. The other half becomes even more entrenched. Because admitting that Tyler is manipulative means admitting that they were manipulated. And the human ego rarely accepts that gracefully. But slowly, very slowly, the balance begins to tip. Results arrive on a Monday morning. Cold, clinical email. Paternity test confirms with 99.9% certainty that Tyler Breslin is the biological father of the fetus carried by Lily Chen. Lily reads it 3 times. Then she shows it to Connor. "So it's official," she says, her voice strangely calm. "I didn't lie. I never lied. And now everyone knows. How do you feel?" She remains quiet for a long time. "Empty. I thought I would feel, I don't know, vindication, relief, but I only feel empty." As if validation came too late to repair the damage. Connor understands, because she's right. The truth has come out. But months of torture don't disappear with a clinical email. But, Lily continues. Hand on her belly. 7 months now. Baby kicking regularly. "At least my son will know. He'll have proof that his mother isn't a liar. That she always told the truth. Does it matter? Everything matters." Tyler doesn't contest it. There's no way to contest it, 99.9%. His lawyer is negotiating child support. Connor assures that the agreement is fair. That Lily and the baby will have the financial support they deserve. Tyler never apologizes. He never admits he lied. He just disappears. Moves to another city. Starts over. Where nobody knows history. Where you can be a victim without contradiction. And Lily stays. Because running away was never a real option. Because she belongs to Riverside as much as any Breslin. Because Connor's house has become a true home. They never formally discuss her staying permanently. It just happens. The guest room becomes her room. Then it becomes the baby's room. Lily gradually occupies spaces in the housebooks on the shelves. Her favorite tea always stocked. A presence that transforms a house into a home. And something grows between them. It's not a movie romance. There are no dramatic declarations or kisses in the rain. It's something deeper, more real. It's a partnership forged in crisis. It's love that grows from mutual respect. It's a conscious choice to be together, not because they need to, but because they want to. Baby born one afternoon in March. Girl, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Strong lungs that announce her arrival into the world with an indignant cry. Connor is in the delivery room, not because he has a legal right to be, but because Lily asked him to. "Your family," she said. "The only family that matters." And when the nurse places the baby in Lily's arms, as she looks at her daughter with a mixture of terror and wonder, she whispers, "We did it. She's here. She's safe." Connor, standing beside the bed, feels tears burning. "You're safe. Both of you." Lily looks at him. "Because of you. Because Ophis you fought. I just stayed. Staying mattered. Everything mattered. If you've made it this far, if this story of gaslighting and survival, of protection and reconstruction, has touched you deeply, if you've ever been Lily, or known Lily, or simply understand the destructive power of controlled narratives, you know why stories like this need to be told. Because it's not about a perfect happy ending. It's about real survival. About imperfect people making courageous choices. About systems failing, but humanity prevailing. And if this kind of story resonates with you, if you want to continue exploring these raw truths about psychological abuse, gaslighting, protection, and love that grows from unexpected places, subscribing here is your way of continuing this journey with me. It's my way of saying, stories like this matter. Voices like Lily's matter. Comment below. I'm with you until the end. Because when you leave, that comment you're saying more than just liking the video. You're saying you believe in survivors, that you understand gaslighting is real, that validation matters, and that sometimes all a broken person needs is someone to stay. And look, if this touched you in any way, if you felt anger at the injustice, fear at the danger, relief at the protection, hope at the recovery, leave a like so I know. It's not about numbers. It's about knowing that this story resonated, that it made a difference, that it mattered. And there's a video over here that continues in the same vein, exploring these profound dynamics of protection, manipulation, and genuine love amidst the chaos. Click and follow along there, because stories that matter deserve to be told to the end. And sometimes, the end is just a new beginning.